Life without love is like a tree without blossoms or fruit. But love had long left this world, and what remained was a bitter wind that carried the sound of Fimbulvetter through the void. As the echo reached my ears, I remembered my true purpose, to eradicate every last mage from this accursed land. Unfortunately, I lacked the means to eliminate this particular mage. I journeyed to the dragon pit in hopes of finding a gem to shatter into shards, anything I could use. But the frozen wasteland offered nothing. Determined, I set off toward the source of the sound to confront the mage, but he was too high, unreachable. With no other choice, I returned home, waiting for the inevitable moment he would disturb my rest. But it wasn't the mage who came. It was Palanoti and his brother. A mistake on their part, for I am no ordinary blacksmith. I am the legendary Funkster. No craftsman rivals my skill. In my domain, I am the lion, and Palanoti was merely prey. The moment he stepped into my den, his fate was sealed. I greeted him with relentless strikes from my hammer. He attempted to flee with his flock, but I am the master of this labyrinth, inevitably, only to be crushed once more. Eventually, he fell into eternal sleep, and my hammer rejoiced. Another soul, another trophy on my weapon of devastation. Though my battle with Palanoti ended smoothly, the same cannot be said for the next two mages, Alice the Moth-Child and Beatrice. I made a grave mistake. I underestimated them. Alice wasn't just a mage. He was forged from the depths of hell, a twisted reflection of the devil himself. For the first time, I found myself prey in my own domain. Alice dodged every blow with maddening grace, and just to humiliate me further, she gifted me something far more vile than any curse, gonorrhea, passed down from her degenerate boyfriend. At the same time, Beatrice unleashed relentless attacks from the outside. The two of them orchestrated a nightmare only Satan could have dreamed up on a bored Tuesday. Even Funkster, the blacksmith of legends, could not endure. I fell not to blades, but to an STD, a humiliating end. But I had lives to spare. I returned as Funglid, furious, unhinged, reckless. But my rage outpaced my caution, and once again I met my end. Desperation led me to summon my final form. Fungi. Fungi was not bound by smithing. He was a storm of destruction, wielding shards that tore through dimensions. Beatrice was first. I ripped her soul from her body and embedded it into my hammer. Her essence now screams with every swing. But Alice wasn't done. He called in his strike team. In the chaos, he made a fatal error. He wandered too deep into the maze. With every ounce of fury, I hammered him over and over, setting the labyrinth ablaze. He screamed, cursed, begged, but the fire only grew. Alice Demon-Child burned to death. But before I could even revel in that vengeance, the strike team descended. And even fungi, unstoppable, unyielding, could not survive the onslaught. They brought me down, and with that final death, my 9 lives were gone. I had nothing left to give, no strength, no form, no fury. So now I wait, I heal, I reforge my body, my mind, my hammer. I've exhausted my lives, but not my will. I will recuperate, and when I return, the mages will burn.